Today I have attended an interview and it is AI based. Here we need to type the answers instead of saying the answers. Basically, in this interview, they asked about only subject related questions only. Level, they asked me to tell me about myself for 1.5 minutes. After that, that is went, and bot was asking me the questions one by one. First question was, so what kind of connectors you have worked on it? How many years you have it? You have on the components. So I have told about different connectors. Here, instead of telling you question and answers, I just said I want to help the students. That's my ambition. First point is they asked me about what kind of connectors I worked on it. So here my observation. So if you take any word, any application, any country, they should have Active Directory. So be master in Active Directory, end to end. Try to learn more depth on the Active Directory, how it works, Active Directory connector implementation, and ServiceNow implementation, Workday implementation, Okta implementation, Salesforce implementation. And when I was, in fact, everyone will not get a direct opportunity to work on those connectors. So what you can do nowadays world, you take this Workday and go and use the ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Mention that I'm going for this job interview. Write that words. I'm going for the job interview. This is my job description, and I am going for this role. Give me the question answers like that. You need to allocate time. No option to get success. Okay, point is I discussed with my friend, how do you, that person is one of the company, he is an interviewer. So he was telling me that some people, they are explaining better way than others who has not done. I was asking him how. He told me that, okay, he told me that they used to take the question and practice in front of mirror or when they are off, like out of they will question themselves, like Workday. You have implemented Workday, right? So the question they themselves, they will prompt outside saying that what are the options you have implemented. So what are the main options are there in Workday? So there is one option called chunk size. So chunk size is basically how many objects you want to read from the source system to application. So if you say 1,000 objects, 1,000 at a time, 1,000 objects, they are going to read from Workday to SailPoint. Okay, and these kind of options, major options will be there. Effective time, chunk time, and refresh token. You can also ask ChatGPT saying that give me common top 10 issues and write it down. Keep one book for only go and see the Workday connector, how this is there in the YouTube. There are Workday, go and see how the Workday will appears, how it is there, and try to see in a SailPoint, if you select Workday, what are the options are coming. See each and every point, write each and every point in the book. Every day practice that question and answers thoroughly. Not only now, when I was trying, this question was good. You have told about the implementation. Have you implemented any custom connector? So I told custom connector I have implemented, and they asked me about what are the steps are there. In fact, actually custom connectors, nobody is not getting an opportunity to implement. Rarely people are getting opportunity. But what I got, there is an approach. You can learn this custom connector, how it is getting implemented. There is a document, there is implementation is there. I myself have. So what kind of certifications you have it? They didn't ask this question directly. They ask me, you have a big organization. In the big organization, you have so many employees, and that employees belongs to so many countries in the world. How do you suggest what kind of certifications you are going to suggest? Okay, point number one, how you are going to implement, how they are going to. So in this process also, effectively they want a certification process. Like I want to give more explanation here. Identities, right? I said I'm going to create a populations. In the populations, they do have fields like regions are there, countries are there. Based on the countries, I'm going to create a populations. I use advanced certifications. In the advanced certification, there is an option called as populations. I select these populations so that the relevant country people can do the certifications. Why they are doing a relevant people, you may ask me. Because when they are doing a certification, and if an employee is there in APAC, reviewer is in New York, or and pre-delegation rule I have told, and I told about exclusive rule also. So in this process, pre-delegation rule is suppose one person supposed to do the certification. In this case, that manager might be busy. Explanation. Let's assume one company is there. In that company, one person is working financial application. One particular person having a financial application access, Workday application access, and he may be working a Prism application, like that Treasury application. So if you send Workday application, Workday what will have? First name, last name, email ID, those things only will be there. For that, nobody need not to review the details. If you increase that work items more, reviewers will take a lot of time. So that's the reason we will talk to this compliance team and managers, which application we need to include it in the certifications, which application we need to exclude, we have to find out. That's what I have told. Next question, they asked me about how the policies has been implemented in the company. So that was one more question they asked me. These are the questions they asked. So nowadays they are keeping AA interview questions, AA based initial interview. Once it is completed, then you are going to go for the next. So I'll be creating like this more interview questions. If you face any interview, if you have any scenario based questions, please share the questions in the drop down or comment box. I will come back with answers. Thank you so much for watching.